Welcome back to Fujitsu Forum TV. It feels like today has gone in the blink of an eye. There has been so much insight we've already brought you. The keynote this morning with President Tanaka and Head of EMEA Region Duncan Tate, the high point of a standout day. During their keynote around delivering co-creation for success, they outlined the Fujitsu-Microsoft relationship as taking another step forward. Well, we're talking to both Fujitsu and Microsoft next as we start to look at a key topic that's going to be impacting business over the coming years. With me to help us understand what all this is about is Lakshmi Kantham and Alexander Author. Both of you, thank you for taking the time out to speak to us. Can you explain a bit more about the relationship between Fujitsu and Microsoft? Because it's a special one and you're delivering great things for clients, right?
Yeah, that's right. So this is one of the other, I would say, additional product integrated system that we have come out with Microsoft and Fujitsu being the partners. And in this time we are coming out with a product called PrimeFlex for Microsoft Azure Stack, which is basically the on-premise version of the Azure Cloud for delivering Azure Cloud services from on-premise. So that's basically the theme behind this product. And with reference to the integrated system itself, so basically we are having the energy efficient servers from Fujitsu, which is the primary server. Then we have integrated the ISM and other basic things from Fujitsu to make it very attractive from our side. And from the Microsoft perspective, would you like to add something reference to this?
Yes. So from the Microsoft perspective, it's a very good approach to work together on this product, on this solution. So it's a great example how does our engineering teams work together, and we are not just working for the appliance itself together, also for the operations afterwards. So we support together the customer in their IT and business topics.
The rise of the cloud has been overwhelming. I mean, it's exploded. But public cloud is not necessarily right for every application or organization. Why does it still exist, the need for a powerful on-premise solution?
Great question, because I heard it always, and especially from Germany, or from German customers, I heard it every time. So it's always a challenge to balance the IT and the businesses between the on-premise and the off-premise world. We are working with customers to go to off-premise, but they are told us, hey, but I have some requirements from the government, some regulatories, so I can't move everything to the public cloud. I can't put every data into the public cloud. The other scenario is what I always heard is that the customer data center or the customer solutions are not in the way to connect well to the internet. So sometimes the factories, for example, the ships or plants are not well connected to the internet, or even they don't have a connectivity to the internet, but the customer want to also use cloud technologies and the cloud approach for these scenarios. And here comes Azure Stack in as an on-premise solution together with Fujitsu to give them the approach for an on-premise cloud platform with the on-premise with the cloud technologies, but in the on-premise data center.
What challenges have organizations faced in delivering applications through on-premise compared to public cloud? There's got to be a whole series of challenges, right?
Yeah, and take a look on your phone. So in the past you had a simple phone, and now you have a smartphone with a marketplace and so on and so on. And here are.
It's live TV. It was going to happen at some point over the course of 2.5 days. You may hear one or two announcements more. Hopefully you're still hearing the key insight. Apologies.
Hopefully not in the next 10 minutes. So back to the question. The main challenge is that the IT and the businesses changed over time. So Let us take an example of the mobile phones. In the past, we had a mobile phone just for calls. Now you have a smartphone with apps and with business applications and so on and so on. And the same here is a delivery for the business, that the business want to deliver new functionalities to their customer, want to face more techniques and want to expand their business to new areas. So in this case, we want, or the IT department usually want to provide a new approach, a new cloud model to their customers, internally or externally. On the other hand, we have the infrastructure side, where the IT department need to change. And about that, Fujitsu will jump in.
The primary issue, which a customer would face on-premise is setting up the overall solution, and then having the backup of the solution, or managing the overall infrastructure, hosting the services, and a whole lot of services are required on-premise, unlike a cloud where a lot of things get managed by someone else. So that's exactly where Fujitsu with this offering would be able to help out. On-premise, the customer can very much concentrate on his own business rather than concentrating on the Azure services, where he should not be spending more time. That's where Fujitsu should be spending time on.
Let's talk about business performance. I'm keen to understand how business performance can be impacted, because as I understand it, Microsoft Azure Stack has some strong capability. How is Microsoft Azure Stack helping organizations deliver on challenges?
Because from two sides. The first side, Microsoft Azure Stack is a cloud, is a hybrid cloud platform in the data center of the customer. So that means the customer or the IT department of the customer can deliver new cloud services, a new cloud approach to their businesses, to their customer internally and externally. That is one of the approaches. The other approach is the appliance. So we have a completely integrated solution from Fujitsu, and Fujitsu can add additional services here, and we have the approach of integrated support cycles, validated updates between Microsoft and Fujitsu for the customer. So it's a huge move forward in comparison to the traditional IT scenarios with a cloud platform to go to the future for the IT department.
So yeah, the part of it actually was covered in the last answer as well. So where I said, the customer can basically concentrate on his business rather than spending more time on the Azure services related issues, which basically Fujitsu will be taking care of. That's primarily where maybe I would say even the bottom line of the customer can be impacted, because if there is going to be some lag, some other issues, he's not going to attend to his customers in a proper way. So that's exactly where Fujitsu will be able to perform in a way where the business of the customers will have a good impact in a positive way.
This sounds like it's going to impact a CIO's role for the better, because they've got a tough time at the moment. So much data flying around, policy change and all the rest of it. We had some interviews this morning that was really throwing a spotlight on this. How's their world going to change for the better?
Honestly, it will be completely changed in the future, because in the past they are providing basic services, what we know as a VM or operating system like Linux or Windows. But in the future, they need to provide services. They need to provide agile business processes. They need to provide a new DevOps model to their businesses, to their internal departments, where their customer addressed with new scenarios. But also from the IT people, the IT people are more important than ever, also in the future. But the role of the IT people will change. So the role it will go away from the traditional operating system or virtual machine. It will be going to a provider of services like Kubernetes container scenarios, or like Service Fabric or IoT scenarios. Yeah? and we need the IT department, or the business department needs the IT department to go that way, and needs the IT department to support them to be more successful in the future.
Lakshmi, I'm keen to understand about customers choosing Fujitsu and Microsoft Azure Stack for on-premise. What are the key benefits they're going to receive by choosing Fujitsu?
Yeah, so I would say, a benefit or a differentiator when compared to the other offerings in the market today. The basic infrastructure remains the same, where we are talking about the servers, storage, the integrated system, overall system, and the Azure Stack integrated into it. But apart from that, Fujitsu has a lot of additional Azure Stack compatible offerings, which basically differentiates what we have to offer. Be it the support that we'll be able to give. Proactive service support, or the technical support that we'll be able to give, or there are additional middleware options that we'll be able to integrate into the system as an option, which can help in application migrations, or to optimize the cost and the overall cloud usage. So there are tools for that. And then we also have for the on-premise, we have the storage options where the customer can kind of deep duplicate the data, or he can have proper mechanism by which he can have data recovery and other stuff. So these are all some of the additional options that Fujitsu has to offer. And apart from that, as a whole, for a hybrid IT environment, Fujitsu is a one-stop shop for any services that a customer would require, depending on the size of a customer. If he requires hybrid IT services, or a hosting service, or a managed IT services, infrastructure services, anything and everything can be offered from Fujitsu as a one-stop shop, which basically differentiates it with a lot of other players in the field today. So I would say, these are some of the differentiators and benefits that Fujitsu can offer with this integrated solution.
Fascinating stuff. Gentlemen, we're running out of time, so I'm going to have to cut you short. Apologies. Thank you both for your time. There is still so much more to come from Fujitsu Forum 2018, and we're going to continue to bring you extensive live coverage on Fujitsu Forum TV. Now, normally, when two clouds come together, it means bad weather. But we're going to stick with cloud and hope that it doesn't rain on your Fujitsu Forum 2018 parade. Next, we're speaking to Jason Daniels, CTO here at Fujitsu. He's going to be explaining what native cloud is and why it possibly should be on your radar. Plenty more to come from Fujitsu Forum 18, and you can follow it all live and exclusive on Fujitsu Forum TV.